Hey everybody, it's been kind of a while since I did one of these, so let me do one kind of fast. So Thanksgiving just happened. Alexi and I went to New York. We drove both ways. Actually, I drove out there, flew back here, preached, flew back out there, and then drove back the same day. So that was interesting. But we got back. We had a good time with Lexi's family, so that was good. Yeah, I went hunting a couple times. I didn't shoot at a deer. I probably should have. But he looked like he was having a nice day, you know? The church seems to be doing okay. All the people who are in charge of things like numbers tell me that the numbers are all kind of moving in a larger direction, so that's good. Apparently we hit our budget for this year, or we're on track for it by the end of the calendar year, which is apparently the first time we've done that in quite a while, so that's cool. People have been really generous so far. We've done this sort of year-end giving push where we've asked people to give their year-end gift towards really just our budget, towards the financial health of High Point Church, because that's really our greatest need right now. And there have been a couple of big gifts, but even if you take those two big gifts out, still the trend is really good. Everybody's been generous, not just a few people who have means. So that's been really neat. I've been psyched about that because it's just, I hate to think about that stuff. That's sort of something I have to have faith about without micromanaging and hoping in. And it's really hard to preach the best I can and lead the best I can and yet not think these successes are somehow my successes. So it's not easy just being the lead guy and what that does inside of you, or what it's doing inside of me. It's really hard to stay ambitious but humble, to stand up there and try to tell it like it is, at the same time be gracious and generous, to know how hard to push and when to draw back, all those kinds of things. When I was flying back on the plane, I was going over my notes from the story of Rehoboam, and one of the things about him, he was one of the kings of Israel, he didn't know when to just give people a break, you know. And this morning at staff we studied Haggai, which of course is a book where God is like, hey, it's time to get with it. Two very, very different situations. You know, Rehoboam, they'd been building Israel for 40 years. They'd had one building campaign after another for 40 years. It's time for a break, right? Whereas in Haggai, people had stopped building God's temple, which had been in ruins, and they'd stopped for 18 years, and they were putting paneling siding on their houses, which was just really just a luxury. And God's like, that's not okay. You need to push a little harder. So trying to figure out when to be Haggai and when to be Rehoboam as he should have been in a church that's been as faithful as High Point, and people have really struggled to give and keep her afloat when she was going down, and now things are going better. I want to take 1,000 yards of line, but man, some people are just thrilled to not be on the verge of something, you know? So anyway, things are going well financially, attendance. We've got a big batch of new members that are going to interview soon. We've got a pretty good list of people who want to be baptized. I've had some cool conversations with people who are trying to figure out whether or not to believe in Jesus, which is the most exciting part for me. So there's a lot of that kind of thing, which has been cool. I'm really looking forward to Christmas. A great way to pray for me right now would really be to write. I need to write 2 really good sermons for December 19th and December 24th, for Christmas Eve. I really want to write something that's engaging to people that don't come to church very much, and I'd love for you to pray for me about that. That'd be great. That's really all that's going down. Hopefully I'll do this sooner rather than later for the next time. Okay, bye.